Hey everyone, it's Blue Lizard Jello, and welcome back to Blue Plays Terraria Expert Mode Hardcore Edition. For those of you who might not yet know what that means, Hardcore means that when this character dies, he is gone for good, along with everything he has on him. And Expert Mode means that this world is harder than a normal mode. Everything hits harder, has more health, but I have the potential to get some better drops that are unique to Expert Mode. I am running around my Skeletron boss arena. Now don't worry, you are going to see how I actually went about making this. It's nothing too complicated, but I wanted to kind of just show it off and tell you that this fight, everything I've read and everything I've seen, and I have been watching some strategy videos, says that this could be the most, or one of the most difficult fights in Expert Mode. And the reasoning is, the gear that you get pre-hard mode isn't incredibly overpowered. I mean, obviously I've been making it look overpowered, and I have been using it maybe in some overpowered ways, but the gear that you can potentially get in hard mode to take down the hard mode Expert Mode bosses can actually make those fights, and again, this is not from my experience, this is just from what I'm reading, can make those fights actually easier than this boss. So, understandably, I'm a bit nervous. So we are going to go into a bit of a speed build montage type thing, where I show you some of the ways that I built this arena. It is very standard. The only things you haven't seen before are me actually building a house for a specific NPC. In this case, I have the Dryad for the extra protection she offers, and I have this honey run that I don't think I did very well. The idea is that you're supposed to be able to run through this without stopping. Maybe I need more blocks on the inside. I think maybe I need more blocks on the inside that actually allow me to run out. Anyway, so when I go in honey, I get a 30-second life regeneration buff, which stacks with the heart lanterns, the campfires, my regeneration potions, my well-fed buff. I'm going to be a regeneration machine. Anyway, let's go ahead and see the building of this arena. Well, first up, I decided to come back to the jungle so I can actually get some honey, and you're going to see exactly why I went for that a little bit later once we actually start constructing the arena. And fast forwarding right over to the dungeon, I decided to start clearing the area right here at this level. This will actually be part of the base level of the arena, and it'll function as one of the walls to the little house I'm going to build for the Dryad. Some of you might remember that I mentioned I had planned on moving the Dryad over to the arena. That way, whenever she gets scared and she actually emits her aura of protection, if I'm standing in that circle, I'll get an extra 8 defense. Here is the actual construction of the home. Doesn't need to be anything fancy or elaborate, just something that is suitable housing, and then you can actually just click and drag her banner over, and she'll move in as soon as you're off screen. There we go, it is suitable. Now we just click on her face and put her right there. Excellent. And now we'll actually begin construction of the arena itself. It's going to be very straightforward, just going to use similar platform techniques that I did for the Eye of Cthulhu, although this one actually might not even be as elaborate. For the Skeletron fight, the biggest thing that I learned from watching some other videos is that you want the ability to jump over him if the time comes, or when the time comes, I should say. So having it actually be a little bit more spaced apart than the Eye of Cthulhu is going to be helpful. That way I can use my rocket boots or my grapple hook to get above Skeletron when he starts spinning at me. Getting a little bit more wood to finish it off. Oops, made stairs instead. And I actually kind of like the look of the stacked platforms, although I am going to be using the wooden beams because we have to make it make sense. And this is when I tried to actually make what is called the honey run. And a honey run essentially functions as a little bit of a health regeneration pool that you can simply run through and get the 30-second health regen buff from the honey. I have never made one, and I couldn't really find a very simple to follow tutorial, so I just kind of looked at a couple of pictures. And well, I didn't make it right the first few times, so it actually has to be deeper than what this is. I made it longer, I didn't have to, it would have worked with 2 blocks, but once I stand in it, I had to add a couple more blocks just to make sure I could run in and out of it, but I didn't make it quite right because this is actually going to slow me down more than anything else, and you'll see that in the actual fight itself. I do have the campfire and I do have the heart lantern though, so once we put the beams on, we will actually be ready to fight Skeletron. Alright, very cool. And of course, you know I had to add my wooden beams because it just wouldn't make sense if it was just floating in the air, right? It has to be attached to something. You know, I have to make things make sense in Terraria for some reason. But we have just over 2 hours in-game before we can actually summon Skeletron. And let me show you the gear and the buffs that I'll be using. We have our Molten set that we got in the last episode. We have our Lightning Boots, Warding Obsidian Horseshoe, which really I don't need. Is there anything that would be better? Not really. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm just going to get the warding effects. But I have my Warding Shield of Cthulhu. Absolutely. I think this mobility is going to be huge in the fight. Warding Worm Scarf. I don't think I'll ever leave home without it. And the Warding Shark Tooth Necklace. I'm actually excited about this because I think that this is going to assist us take down Skeletron because he does seem to have some pretty high defenses. As for buffs, I have a slew of them. Swiftness Potions, Danger Sense, which just because they're in my inventory, I don't think he's going to be laying traps. Regen, Iron Skin, Archery, Thorns, Mana Regen, again, that was just kind of in my inventory. I don't plan on using anything with mana. And Endurance Potions. I actually got some Armored Cave Fish when I was doing one of the Angler Fishing quests. So I'm able to make some of these, which is great, because I'm going to have an extra 10% damage reduced anytime I have that active. Oh man, 1 hour in-game time. I'm going to be focusing on the Bee's Knees. I wish I could have gotten the better modifier, but Deadly is going to have to do it. Lots and lots of wooden arrows. I think that's enough. I hope that's enough. If not, I'm probably in a lot of trouble. So the strategy, from my understanding, is Skeletron has a head and 2 hands. And the hands, for the first part of the fight, they just kind of swipe at you, and then periodically he'll stop and his head will spin at you. And once you kill one hand, he goes into phase 2, and phase 2 is just his, well, it's not just his head if you still have a hand left, but phase 2, his head will start shooting these homing skulls at you, and apparently that's the really dangerous part. So the goal is going to be to try and take out both hands, not necessarily simultaneously, although that would be ideal, but very close together. That way I am left with only the skull in phase 2. That's the plan. How's it going to work? I don't know. Oh my gosh. 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. Oh, Skeletron. Let me light this up. Oh gosh, guys. Oh. Okay. I need to do this because if we don't kill him before night's over, you die. We are going to... Oh boy. Here we go. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Alright. There's no turning back now. Here we go. Oh, don't get caught in his hands. Alright, so far, my health regen is just out of this world. But what's not out of this world is my mobility. I'm not doing a great job dodging. Okay, we're doing alright though. Let's well, no, I don't like the honey. It slows me down too much. Alright, his hands are going down pretty quickly actually. If I can, or when I hit them. Here we go. Alright, gotta try to... They're going down pretty evenly, I should say. Oh, yep, that honey is more danger than it's worth, I think. Alright, we got this. Alright, that hand is almost done, so is this one. Get ready. Alright. Phase 2. Alright, good. And we just have his skull. We just have his skull. Alright, so now I need to learn how to dodge these skull attacks. Oh, jeez. Oh, guys, the damage is so real. The damage is so real. Skeletron on expert. What a joke. What a Weisenheimer, huh? Oh, don't get caught by that. I've heard that that's bad news bears. Oh, yep, yeah, the stun lock. The stun lock. Oh my gosh, the stun lock. Okay, he is not a joke. I was very much wrong, so I need to avoid that like it is the absolute plague. In fact, the plague would be less dangerous, I would think. There we go. Good. He's way below half. Get that way. Alright, good. Keep firing. Just fire, fire, fire. You know what? Uh-oh. I'm afraid of the spinning. Where are you? And why aren't you doing spinning? There we go. Oh, jeez. Slow. Oh, we got this. We got this, guys. We got this. We got this. Oh boy, I'm clicking incessantly because I'm nervous. If he gets you caught in that spin, it is just, I mean, it's so dangerous. That was it! Skeletron's dead! Oh! Skeletron's dead! Skeletron on expert, guys! Hardcore! Okay, yes, I have a lot of buffs. I get it. An absurd amount of buffs. I don't know if they even keep going. I got the Skeletron treasure bag. Are you ready, guys? 3, 2, 1, go! What the heck? Bone Glove. 11 throwing damage, 6% critical strike, throws empowered bones. Do I need bones? I do. I guess I need bones. And then I got the Skeletron mask. Oh, wow. Wow, he does not drop a whole lot. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm disappointed. So that fight is, well, okay. I know that I am overprepared as always, but I'm going to continue to be overprepared. Wow, what can I say? The fight wasn't that difficult, but when he gets you caught in that spin attack, I mean, I couldn't get out. I just couldn't get out. If you don't have the defense and the health that I had, I don't know that you're going to survive getting stuck in that. The stun lock was so very real. I had to use a health potion, and I couldn't dash out of it. That was the big thing. I just couldn't get out. Wow. Well, the dungeon's now unlocked. I don't think we're going to be doing that in this episode because my nerves are a little shot. Oh, look. I've started a second row of buffs. How great is that? How great is that? So this might be a little bit on the shorter side, but I think given the fact that we've just unlocked the dungeon and we only have one more hard mode boss left, or I'm sorry, expert mode boss left, pre-hard mode, and that's the Wall of Flesh, I would say this is a pretty successful episode. And now we get to go loot the dungeon, which apparently, you know, just like everyone tends to say about everything, can be more dangerous than Skeletron himself. But that will wait till next time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're still enjoying the series as much as I am playing it, make sure you hit that like button and tell me in the comments below. And if you have any tips to help me keep me alive even a minute longer, please, please don't keep that to yourself. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.